GetLowered, thanks again for tuning into yet another video. Infamous coming at you live from the West Coast yet again, San Jose, California. Another beautiful day in the Bay Area. Great weather, but I've been getting asked about my Lowrider S. Here it is. Here's my Lowrider S. I haven't really posted much about the Lowrider S. I've been doing a lot of videos on the Sportster, on the FXRT fairing, on the FXLRST fairing that I had recently installed on the Sportster, and I've just been busy riding the Sportster because people want to see videos about it. You know, I'm trying to put miles on the bike. That's what I typically do when I, you know, install something new, or I do something, you know, typically a new install. I try to put as many miles as I can on the bike. So I've been busy with the Sportster. I've been trying to put down, you know, just miles on it so I could give you guys a better review on how something's, you know, feeling, something's changing the bike, something, you know, it's just something different on the bike that you guys probably want to see more of a in-depth review on how it changes the way the bike feels, stuff like that. You guys been seeing my saddlebag installs. I just got the Viper bags install, and I've been trying to get a follow-up review on those saddlebags. So that's pretty much what I've been just trying to do. I've been trying to put miles on the Sportster, trying to see how the saddlebags feel. I've noticed something different with the Viper bags now that I've had a few more miles on the Sportster with the Viper bags. I've noticed that the left saddlebag for some reason opens up if I don't lock the latch. The left one for some reason seems to be a little bit looser than the one on the right. So it's just, you know, it's just sometimes you don't, like, I do make first impression videos, but sometimes you don't really see some defects or some flaws in the system until you actually put some miles in it. So I've been busy with the Sportster, and another reason why I haven't really done a lot of videos on the Lowrider S is because I don't think it's running right. All right, I got this thing tuned back in November, paid $600. I never uploaded a video on what happened with the tune. I believe the bike is running too rich. That's what I believe. I believe it's running too rich. You can smell the fumes of unburnt fuel. I can smell it. I mean, if I can smell it, I'm pretty sure other people can smell it. I've had people mention something about even after I turned off the bike, you can still smell the fumes of unburnt fuel. So I'm pretty sure this thing is running pretty rich. All right, so I got it tuned, like I was saying, getting back, I got it tuned in November. I wasn't happy with it. I don't know what it was. For some reason I was getting about 23 miles per gallon at that time, city. Highway I was getting, you know, a little bit better. I'd say about 34, 33 highway miles per gallon. So I mean, it's terrible, right? I don't know. I mean, I've spoken to different people. I've spoken to folks that have a 128 or a 131 in this thing, and they're getting better fuel range than I am, or better fuel economy. So as far as, you know, just my gut instinct, I just don't think the bike's running right, even with the tune, the professional tune. I paid $600 for it. Like I mentioned, I contacted the tuner multiple times. I guess he runs the shop by himself, so I guess he answers his own phone calls and stuff like that. So it took a minute to kind of get in contact with the fella. You know, just went over my concerns about the bike. You know, how it's getting poor fuel range, and I don't know. I mean, like I said, that video that I haven't uploaded explains quite a bit. But there it is, the Lowrider S. It's filthy, like most of my bikes. They're always filthy. I don't wash them. But I mean, it sounds great. It's just, man, it's just lacking. It's just lacking performance. I think it lacks performance. I just don't. You can see the inside of the pipe. It says absolutely black. I don't know. You know, I'm not entirely sure what's going on with the bike. I think it's the tune. It's got a little hint of a tapping noise, of a tapping sound. I mean, the exhaust sounds fantastic. The 475 sounds good. The issue is, you know, when I took it back to the tuner, I don't think I think he uploaded a can tune or something with a base map, like a regular base map. I did get better fuel economy, but all the performance in this thing is pretty much gone. I mean, we're talking like that jump, that feel, that 3500 mark. It's not there anymore. So yes, I'm getting like 25 miles per gallon now, which is slightly improved, but the performance it's gone. Like it only feels like it's got performance in a certain power range, and it doesn't have that same kick, that same feel anymore as it used to. So what I'm doing with it now is I'm just pretty much waiting until I have some time to wrench on it, so I can swap out that intake, change the injectors, and then getting it tuned again properly with somebody else. I just don't think I'm gonna go back to Ram to get this thing tuned. I'll probably release the video along with this video with where's the Lowrider S, or what's been happening to the Lowrider S. I don't know. I can hear a hint of something tapping. I don't know. It sounds like something's tapping near the intake. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't washed it. I just don't know. Maybe you know, another reason why I haven't ridden it as well is because I believe it's running too rich. Like I mentioned, the original tune from Dino Jet, it was rich. It was bad. It was a bad tune. All right. When I pulled out the spark plugs, because I was having, of course, some leakage from the push rods, and I was just, you know, checking things. I was wondering about things, you know, just doing like a little diagnostic. When I pulled out the spark plugs, they were completely charred. They were just all black. So that was something that I was also just, you know, considering doing, was, you know, replacing the spark plugs or something. I don't know if it's, you know, carbon buildup or something, because it's running so rich. You know, that's one of the reasons why I kind of don't want to ride it. That's one of the, you know, that's the second reason. The poor tune that it's got from Ram here in San Jose, and the just because I know it's running rich. I don't know. Like I said, the tune that it has now, it's not Dyno Jet. I mean, it's not a dyno tune at all. It's just a tune that he has saved on his laptop. It's a tune that he has saved on his laptop that's not even fitted for this bike. I mean, there's a chance that he had another 114, because I mean, this is what these guys do, right? This is what these guys do. These tuners, they get different types of bikes. They have pretty much like a general graph for something. It's just that the tune it has, it's not specifically for what I believe is for this 114 with this intake and this 2-into-1. It probably, the actual tune itself, it probably has something like it's probably 114 with the 475 cam, but maybe with like a different 2-into-1, or maybe a different intake, maybe a high flow intake and just like a general 2-into-1. It could be anything. It could even be like a touring model 2-into-1. So yeah, I'm not happy with it. And I have the parts as far as the Screaming Eagle intake and the injectors. I have the 64 intake, and I also have the injectors. I believe they're 5.3 injectors or 5.5 injectors. Everything's 50 state, you know. I got both of the items. I just haven't had time to install them. So it's, you know, it's also finding the time to install the parts, and just having the funds for the actual tune, because it's going to cost me another $600. That's what sucks. That's why I've been just kind of putting this off for a minute. I mean, I can definitely afford it. It's just, you know, it just sucks that I have to get this tuned again because the first guy's not working out. And it's already been a while since I got it tuned, and you know, just some other issues that I don't know. I'll probably discuss it in the other video that I uploaded. Like I mentioned, I did change some things between the original tune and the and what it had. You know, I'm just not entirely happy with the tune. I'm not happy with the way it runs. So for that reason why I haven't really moved the Lowrider S. I've been riding this to work this last week, mainly because I think the battery on my Sportster is starting to die. It's a Duralast battery, and it's been absolute crap since I've gotten that Duralast battery. It's like my second replacement within a year. So that's the reason why I've been riding the Lowrider S, is because the battery needs replacement. I believe the battery needs to be replaced on the Sportster. And if there's, you know, something that I hate is just having a unreliable bike, because like I mentioned, I commute to work. I want to be able to get to work and, you know, come home. I want to be able to ride to work and know that my bike's going to turn on when I need it to at the end of the day, because I do go out for lunch. So I would hate to go on lunch on my Sportster, and then when I get back on the bike, it doesn't turn on. And if it doesn't turn on, then I'm gonna have to get it towed back to work, finish my shift, and then I'm gonna have to get it towed, or you know, how the heck is that gonna happen? I'm gonna have to, I don't know, I guess I'm gonna have to get my bike towed to the house, and then I'm gonna have to call work and have somebody pick me up or something, which is gonna suck. So I've been carrying my battery pack on my Sportster these last few days. There's been a few times where it hesitates to start, so I'm almost certain it's the battery, because that Duralast battery from AutoZone is just, I don't have any trust in it ever since my first one crapped out on me quickly, you know, right after the install. So I already bought a new battery for that bike, for that Sportster. I bought a lithium battery. I don't know how reliable it's gonna be. I've been seeing some scary stuff with lithium batteries, especially ones that are made in China. Just, I don't know, I'm just a little scared. I don't want the bike to burn down. So that's that. And this one, I think I'll probably get it tuned again by next weekend. I think that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to have the intake and the injectors installed sometime this week, whenever I get time. to do it. And I'll schedule my appointment with the tuner. I'm gonna ask him if it's okay to ride it about 30 miles, because the tuner's not here in San Jose. The tuner's out in Walnut Creek, so it's about 30 miles from here. So I'm gonna ask him, hey, is it okay if I ride this with because you're supposed to, of course, get a new map if you're changing the intake. So I'll ask him if it's all right to ride the bike on the original tune with the improper injectors and the wrong intake. I'll ask him, and if he says, hey, it's for 30 miles you can ride it, then you know what, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ride it out there, and then we'll get it tuned, and maybe provide you guys with a little bit of content, because the other tuner did not want to be on camera. So anyways, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching yet another video. We'll see what happens with the lowrider is. Maybe we get some new numbers. I'm almost certain the new intake and the injectors will provide a boost. So just curious, I guess. Right now it's hitting 114 horsepower at 127 foot-pounds of torque at the wheel. We'll see how she performs with the new intake and the new injectors. And then we'll probably see if we could, I don't know, I really want a sweet spot. I want a sweet spot of fuel economy, because I have a throttle tuner in this thing. So the way I see it, I would rather have fuel economy, and then I have the throttle tuner. So with the throttle tuner, I'll be able to get that performance out of it, because the throttle tuner does make a huge difference. We'll see what happens. I'll talk to the tuner, see what he suggests, and then we'll have a better idea of what what I came down to. Or maybe it's just the cam. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the cam that I'm just not happy with. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the cam. Maybe it's the 475. Because with this cam, you don't really get any of that performance on the down low, on that 2,000 to 3,000 RPM range. The cam really comes alive after 3,500. I don't know, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching yet another video. Life's a risk. Get out there and ride. Later.